For those of you who have been following the family court judge search case, just up yesterday on the website at thecivilrightslawyer.com are our most recent filings. And these pertain to the sheriff's deputies who participated in the judge searching my client's house. Now, there's no doubt that this search was declared by the West Virginia Supreme Court to be unconstitutional, as an egregious abuse of process, a violation of the sanctity of my client's home, and I think they also called it a serious misconduct. So unquestionably illegal, improper. And everyone involved has now testified that they don't care what the West Virginia Supreme Court says. That both of the bailiff and the former bailiff who were involved in this search testified during their deposition that really, they haven't had any policy changes, and the department authorized these sorts of judicial searches, and there has been no policy change. The longtime bailiff of this particular judge has testified that if she asked him to do it again today, he'd go and do it. And that's just outrageous. The highest court in the land has declared that judges don't search houses, which should be obvious, and that it was unconstitutional. Again, egregious abuse of process, serious misconduct. And now you have two active sworn law enforcement officers who are involved in this illegal search of my client's house saying that they don't really care what the Supreme Court says. They'll do it again. It is absolutely outrageous. And people ought to know the policies of their sheriff's department. If only there were some way to hold their government officials, their so-called government servants accountable. For people of Raleigh County, West Virginia, they really ought to read those deposition transcripts of these police officers. And that's why I posted them in full up at the website at thecivilrightslawyer.com. And I encourage you to go read them for yourselves. Read the questions that I asked and read their answers about this egregious situation of a judge actually searching someone's house. It should go without saying that something like this shouldn't happen. But despite the West Virginia Supreme Court declaring it unconstitutional and illegal, I'm not convinced that it won't happen again. The judge has defied the West Virginia Supreme Court. The Raleigh County Sheriff's Department has defied the West Virginia Supreme Court. Both of the sheriff's deputies involved in this case have defied the West Virginia Supreme Court. So you can read up on the website the legal arguments over qualified immunity for the officers. And again, they don't get to claim judicial immunity, even if a judge orders them to do something. You can also read the judicial immunity arguments. Now, all of this has been briefed and it's been submitted to the federal court. The federal court will decide the immunity issues and let us know whether or not we get to go towards a jury trial. And so that's where we are. And so stay tuned for further updates. Hopefully we'll get a ruling soon from the judge and find out that we get to go to trial. And if not, we'll find out whether or not we're going to appeal. So stay tuned.